Welcome into the Oh Health Yeah podcast, brought to you by Healthy is Wellness. As you all know, our mission is to empower you to take control of your health and elicit a little bit of curiosity in your life when it comes to the world of wellness. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and if you have loved ones or friends that you think would benefit from this, share it with them. Let's get this thing going. We are live, Healthy is Wellness family. Welcome into another edition of the Oh Health Yeah podcast. Hope you're having a great day. Whatever you're doing right now, I hope it is the best part of your day. Listen to this podcast or watching it. If you're chilling on your couch watching this, I hope that today is the best day of your life. Today, we're going to talk about where do we start when it comes to calm or stress. Calm is one of our 4 pillars of health. We've been doing this Where Do I Start series with all of our pillars of health. This one here ties into where do we start when it comes to taking back control of stress, or as we call it, calm in our own lives. The first challenge or step that I want to share with you all, Healthy is Controlling Your Breath, Part 1. This is one of my favorite challenges that we have across the board. But what this card dives into is literally the way that you breathe and for the start of your day. So whether it's the first 15 minutes of your day, the first 30 minutes of your day, the first hour of your day, can you focus on breathing through your nose? The reason behind that is because when you breathe through your nose, your body secretes a thing called nitric oxide. And what nitric oxide does is it decreases your resting heart rate, your cortisol level, your blood pressure level, all of those things. So the emphasis here, when it comes to where do I start with calm/stress, can you start by breathing through your nose for the first hour of your day or the first half hour of your day? Whatever you can frame it that's doable for you, make that time span your goal. I like the idea of an hour, but it can be difficult. The way that we frame this with clients is what time span works for you. Some people do it when they take a shower in the morning for their first 10 minutes. Some people work out first thing in the morning, so they can't do it for very long. But it's about what works well for you. I will say I implemented this in my own life. I used to have about a 30-minute drive to work. And so for a month, I taped my mouth every single work day for my drive to work. It was super crazy because my Fitbit tracks my resting heart rate, and my resting heart rate on my Fitbit dropped 5 beats per minute. So that's pretty dang cool from a beats per minute standpoint and a heart production standpoint. But what's interesting is the lower the heart rate, oftentimes the lower the stress, the lower anxiety, the lower those things. So this challenge emphasizes producing that nitric oxide to decrease cortisol, stress levels, blood pressure, and just allow your body to be more present. Obviously, we cannot get rid of the stress in your life, but this is a habit that can allow you to begin taking back control of stress when it does come up. A couple other things to keep in mind with this one. When you hum, you actually are forced to breathe through your nose. So another little strategy that we'll talk to people about is, can you hum when you're stressed out? Because it allows the body to relax and kind of come back to homeostasis. I talk to people about when they're driving and they get cut off and they're super pissed off. Can you just hum instead of doing the F-bomb or the birds? Yeah. It allows the body to relax and de-stress. So humming can be a good one. And then the other little emphasis that we have is take a drink and follow it with a physiological sigh. After you take a drink of water or of whatever you're drinking,
Coors Light.
Can you sigh? And what sighing allows you to do is it allows you to relax and kind of come back to the present moment, which is what we're after with these things. So if you're thinking about calm, where do I start with it in 2026? The first one we'd like to talk about is breath, and specifically nasal breathing. Anything to add on nasal breathing or breath part 1?
When I'm in a pissy mood on my way to work, I force myself to sing my favorite music, and it almost always, it wakes me up.
No.
It forces you to breathe in through your nose. It really, really helps a bad mood. I promise you're going to say I'm full of it. You just try it one time. Just shout your favorite music on your way to work and see how it makes you feel.
It's a good one. I like that. Heck yeah. What's your favorite song? Do you have a favorite song? What's your number one song to sing?
Favorite song to sing? I have to go. I love singing Stay by Rihanna.
Oh, really?
Banger.
Dang, okay.
Orange Juice by Noah Khan. Oh, what's another singer, man? Nobody's Perfect by Hannah Montana.
Wow, you got a taste, man. You got those vocal cords. Jeez Louise. We're going to have a Healthy Is talent show, and Zach's going to sing for us.
Oh, You should have heard me in the sauna the other day while Cassidy was doing her resume.
You were singing?
Belting.
Oh,
Stay by Rihanna.
God.
Love that song.
She's trying to work on her resume.
Yeah.
Hey, if you
Or
enjoy it.
breathe in through your nose while you're in the sauna. That's a double win, dude.
True. It's a good one. Heck yeah. I remember we were moving out of Kenny's house into our house now. And I would wake up in the morning. And that's when I was taping my mouth like always, but I didn't have mouth tape at the time. I just had like packing tape. So would get up and I would still have the packing tape on my mouth. And I remember a little Asher man came out there and he was trying to help me move. And there was obviously packing tape out. And I look over at him and he's just got a piece of packing tape on his mallet. Hey, what are you doing? He's like, you do it. And he points at me and I'm like, yeah, perfect. It's funny. It's funny when you instill those little habits in your life and it kind of bleeds down into your family and you start to see it too, because even for him, like those nitric oxide benefits, the decrease of the heart rate, the cortisol, that's going to help him too.
Yeah.
And it's not like I kept the mouth tape on him for a long period of time, but it's funny how they kind of dive into those habits with you. Kiddos do.
I heard Nick talk about once, maybe I'm just hallucinating it, but sometimes when I'm out of breath or exasperated, is there any truth to the whole like double inhale?
Yeah, that was a Huberman thing.
It really helps me. I don't know if it like actually physiologically helps, but it really forces me to be cognizant of my breathing, and it helps me regain control of it.
Yeah.
Like what's the science behind that?
So you're in for a full inhale all the way until your lungs are full. And then instead of breathing out, you inhale even more on top of that.
Go show us.
And then you slow.
Oh, wow. Okay. Diaphragm.
Slowly sigh all the way out. And you can, if you have a Fitbit or something that tracks your heart rate, you can literally watch your heart rate drop. It's something that I'll do like before I present to big groups. If I'm feeling a little bit of nervous stuff before,
Yeah.
I will do something like that. And what it does, it allows the heart rate to drop due to the nitric oxide and plus that extra inhale. It's huge. So try it out in your own life. Like if you're stressed about something, if you have something stressful coming up in your life, inhale fully through the nose. And then when you think you can't get any more, get a little bit more. And then a full exhale. And if you have a tool like a Fitbit or an Apple Watch that tracks heart rate, do it right now. Like you will literally see your heart rate drop. Okay. It's crazy. It's pretty cool.
I'll try that.
The second one that we have when it comes to taking control of your health in 2026 with Calm, when it comes to starting, we're talking about 15 minutes of me time. And this is a good starting point as well for people. Oftentimes we see this with our clients. A lot of us in the United States prioritize everybody around us. It's always about what do I need to do for my kids? What do I need to do for my family? What do I need to do for my job? What do I need to do for my spouse? Which are great things, and those things are important. But at the same time, if you can't be fully present yourself in the moments with your loved ones or with your work, it's going to hold you back from being the best version of yourself. So what this card ties into is how often can you take 15 minutes for yourself? This could be 5 days a week for some people. This could be 2 days a week for others. But the emphasis here is taking time for yourself to allow you to be present in the moment and reduce risk of all forms of chronic disease. It's pretty crazy on here, but this card talks about dropping risk of chronic disease, risk of chronic inflammation, risk of immune dysfunction because of you basically just taking time for yourself and de-stressing the body. Little strategies that we have people implement in their life. Things like, can you sit on a park bench and just sit? Obviously, this time of year in Montana, you're not going to do things like that. But going outside, sitting down, just being present with yourself, reading a book, if that's something you enjoy, going golfing. Like, what can you do to allow yourself to have 15 minutes to be fully present in the moment, to recharge, so that you can be the best versions of yourself for all those around you? What do you got on that one?
Oh my gosh. Hustle culture is so prevalent. And especially our generation, you got, I mean, it spans all generations. Just hustle, 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 40, 60, get 90 hours a week. It doesn't matter. Go, 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 go. Right. And then when you add kids into the mix, you get moms and dads that are just constantly operating at their breaking point. And they do great at it. Don't get me wrong. Great parents. But just because you can run a car on fumes doesn't mean you should. Doesn't mean it's good for it.
No.
You know? One of my favorite coaching tactics for this scenario for the busy mom, the busy dad that has no time for themselves. They're going to sports for their kids. They're they're working overtime. They're doing everything they can to provide for their family, and there's just no space for them. Um, Sometimes that, not always, but sometimes that will present itself as resentment. You know, you're quick to anger, quick to irritation and frustration with your family. Unfortunately, the people that are closest to you oftentimes tend to get the brunt of that, right? Mm-hmm. So one thing that I'll talk to people about is when you drive home, try to listen to music that you love, right? But when you pull into your driveway, shut your car off or listen to music, whatever. Get your emotions out in your car and leave it in your car. Leave, like you've heard, leave work at work, right? Once you cross that threshold into your house, switch. Make the switch. So take 5-10 minutes, 15 minutes optimally, obviously, but belt the music, scream your heart out, cry, call somebody, do something for you, not for somebody else in that 15-minute window, and then go inside and go into mom or dad mode, you know?
Yeah. Taking that me time in the vehicle, like is what you're saying there, building it in to allow you to disconnect and kind of almost recharge, and then replug back in as a parent or as a spouse or whomever you are when you walk in the door. I like that. One of the strategies that I use is changing my clothes. So instead of taking 15 minutes for myself every time when I get home, I walk in the door, I usually kiss Kenny, kiss the kids, and then I go in the bedroom and I take my clothes off and put on PJs or like whatever my comfy clothes are, or if I'm going to work out, my workout clothes. And that swap of clothing allows me to now be dad Gus versus health coach Gus or manager Gus or healthy is Gus. It's like
physically a different hat.
Yeah.
Putting the other, I mean, how many, I've heard you say the phrase like dad mode from, you know, when I get home today and I get off work, dad mode, like don't talk to, you never say it. They're like, don't talk to me about work.
Yeah.
Dad mode. Like I'm trying to be present with my family in that respect.
Yeah. I think the 15 minutes of me time, like you just said, it can be a gateway into being fully present in the moment with your family, if that's something you want it to be. And for people that don't have a family too, like how do you take 15 minutes for you just to be the best version of yourself in life?
Yeah.
There's so many different ways you can implement it. And I would challenge people to try it out. And really, when you're thinking about what should I do with my 15 minutes, what do you enjoy? Like, what do you really love? You love fishing.
Catching trout.
15 minutes of fishing for you is probably better than any healthy snack or any workout in the whole wide world.
Full healing.
Yeah.
One thing that I've been trying is, like, it's not really me time, but just when I go fly fishing, I always go with my dad nowadays, and we fly fish a lot, like a lot. Way more than your average person. And whether I'm by myself or I'm with my friend or I'm with my dad, one thing that I've really, really tried to implement is just setting my rod down, sitting down on the ground, and really absorbing my senses when I'm fly fishing. Like just look around. You see any deer? How's it smell? Like, how's the river level? Just like really my eyes might just, and I don't know, it's just like this calm comes over me, you know?
This ability to be present in the moment. That's what that comes back to.
It's one of my favorite things, honestly. It's just like, I'll often tell myself, I'm like, man, you get to fly fish rivers that people spend their entire lives working towards the goal of retiring in a place that you get to live. And that makes me really, really happy, grateful.
Yeah. And I think what you said right there is why what we do is so important. Like what our mission is to allow people to be able to do the things they love long into life, but also be fully present in the moment. Like some of the most beautiful times in my life over the last 6 months, I would say, were hunting. Like I'm fully present in the woods. I'm working my butt off. I'm sweating my butt off, but I'm so present in the moment. It's such a beautiful thing. Whereas in our day-to-day life, like you said at the beginning of this, it's that hustle culture of like, okay, I got a meeting from 10 to 11, then I got to be here at 11:30, then I got to go there at noon, there at 1, versus like, how can I be present right now with you? And that's the goal behind Healthy Is and everything we do. How do we help people to be more present? And these little calm strategies that we just talked about, whether it's breath or taking 15 minutes for yourself, the goal behind these is to allow you to be fully present in the moment that you're in and enjoy your life in a meaningful way.
Seriously. I mean, that's my goal was losing weight. Now, before it was numbers. It was so numbers oriented. And that was really important for me at that point in my life. But now I just want to be happy and comfortable when I go fishing with my dad.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about my weight the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to catch my reflection in the river and be disgusted with myself.
Mm-hmm.
So transforming my attitude about weight loss has been a really, really challenging thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, that's what it is. It's deprogramming yourself to not focus on the numbers is just ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. But ultimately, I don't care about the number. I just want to feel good in my skin.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep. Calm and present.
Yep.
Present in the moment. Okay.
I'd rather weigh 400 pounds and feel comfortable and be able to go fishing with my dad than weigh 210 pounds and not focus on something like that, you know?
Makes sense. So, yeah. So true. So true. Cool. Sweet. Well, going into 2026, we're now in 2026. If you are looking to prioritize calm or stress reduction, starting with things like breath or me time can be extremely beneficial. If you try these things out and you notice some benefits, let us know what those things are. Or if you have other things that you do in your life to prioritize calm, let us know in the comments. Thank you so much for tuning in. Enjoy your day. And like I said at the beginning, I hope today is the best day ever. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Thank you.